What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Project XTalk podcast, episode number 23, your weekly podcast all about Xbox. If you like that, please subscribe to the channel and drop us a like. For audio listeners, make sure to follow us on your favorite podcast service and go to Apple, drop us a review. It does help grow the channel. My name is Kevin, aka the Muffin Mon. I'm your host as usual, and this week we have a mixed match panel of guests. So we got Tom, Amon, and Garrett as usual. How you guys doing?
Can't complain.
Yeah, no,
I'm doing great.
I was gonna say, did you guys like mute your microphones?
Yeah.
I was muted like I usually go first, so I was like, hey, and then I noticed the mic and everyone was waiting. My bad.
All right. Forget you regulars. We got a special guest this week. We're joined by Matt from YouTube channel Assemble with an exclamation point. Fellow kind of funny best friend, actually. That's how I found you, through that community. So, Matt, how are you doing?
I'm well. How are you, Kevin?
I'm great. So before we get into the actual show, I always like to give our guests a little time to sell all our listeners on their channel. So I know what you're about. I love your content. Why don't you tell everyone else what you got going on?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I always, if I can have a chance to talk Xbox and games, I'm going to take it as long as we can have some fun and just all things Xbox right now, because they just are dominating pretty much the news cycle. For myself, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/assemble show, all one word. And on there, you guys are going to find nerdy stuff every week is kind of what I title it. So it's really primarily focused around the daily news cycles I tend to cover, but I focus in on either the kind of the main highlights, kind of those front page headlines that are kicking around, or just some of the games that I just play a lot, like Marvel's Avengers. That's today has got some nice updates that are making people either happy or scared. But from there, it's a lot of coverage on Marvel, DC, and just a ton of series that are coming out down the pipe. And the last piece I'll say is just that I launched my Patreon yesterday or the day before, actually. So it's patreon.com/assemble show. And so for patrons and Patreon members, you guys will have exclusive content there every single month, from Q&As, live streams, exclusive content that I'm producing and putting together. So tons of stuff and content every day.
Well, I like I said, I'm a big fan. I subscribe. I watch your content. So everyone else, go check Matt out. So now we'll get into the show proper. And as we do every week here on the Project XTalk podcast, we go around the room and ask people one simple question, and that question is, "What you playing?" So Tom, what you playing?
Pretty much this entire week, I've just been playing like a lot of Forza Horizon 4, Forza Motorsport 7, what is it, F1 2019, they have that on Gamepass, and I've just been enjoying just racing games lately. I got a racing wheel, and it makes you really feel like you're in the game, so It's really solid, and I think if you're a racing fan, definitely you got to pick one up. It'll change your racing experience for like ever.
Yeah, I think you said you're going to do some content on that for our channel.
Yes, I got the final piece of equipment I needed for it. So once I get that all sorted out and tested, I will get something out probably next week for you guys.
Awesome. Look forward to that. Amon, what you playing?
Me, I've been playing a lot of Bethesda games. I started playing Fallout 4. I started Fallout New Vegas. I started Dishonored. I'm playing a lot of Bethesda stuff in celebration of the deal going through.
Oh, great choices over there. Well, we certainly have a lot of Bethesda to talk about. Garrett, what you playing?
I am also with Amon on this. I downloaded Morrowind, playing through that again. A little bit of a sketchy time because I forgot that you could kill anybody. So like my first kill of the game, I destroyed my campaign, so I had to start that over. And I've also been playing Prey, and I just have a little bit of a tangent. How how there was that little frames per second boost? Sort of took away from Prey a little bit.
In what way? What?
Well, because like it's a big thing with the mimics becoming like chairs and cups and things, right?
Yeah.
So you go into a room, you see like 2 desks and there's 3 chairs, like, all right, I got a fight coming up. But with the frames per second, like it's just that little edge that me and my friends who have been over at my house taking it, we've noticed that you always catch the mimics changing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of taken the fear out of it because you always know what the hell it is. So it's just like all the time, it feels like you're in one of those weird things with just a horrible kid playing hide and go seek. Like, oh no, you can't see me. Like, I know which one you are. And like, it's just sort of taken out of Prey a bit. And yeah, right? But I've been having a hell of a time playing it.
That's great. I'll save mine for last as usual. Matt, what you playing?
I'm literally on the Game Pass app right now to look. Call of Duty I am on like every single night as just kind of my junk food because I will go through. I'm not big into Warzone mostly because I am not very good at it, but I am just going to go through all the new content for for season 2 and play zombie mode, which is great. As well, just like classic, just team deathmatch, things like that. And I just, mostly Call of Duty is again the junk food item. Avengers is on for right now on my PlayStation side, and I went back retro for my Turtles in Time on my SNES. I had to with the announcement of Shredder's Revenge.
Great
it got me all itchy, so I went back and I got my butt whooped. It was great.
Yeah, my friends and I are looking forward to the new TMNT game because we talk about Turtles in Time all the time, remembering playing as a kid, getting our asses kicked. So we're pretty excited to co-op the new one.
It's so hard.
1 second, Tom, what are you wearing? That's not allowed on an Xbox podcast.
It's a Spider-Man.
Whoa. It's a Spider-Man. I get it. He's not the best superhero because he's on Stoney's side, but come on.
What?
I guess I'll have to live with it, but yeah.
All right. I'm playing, I'm about to piss him off more. Persona 5 Strikers on my PS5. It's actually a lot of fun. It's not just a Muso game. It's like an actual full-fledged RPG, and like the combat is actually pretty deep. So I'm enjoying that. I'm playing Crash 4 because the next gen update came out last week, and I was waiting for it. So playing that on my Xbox, and I'm also playing Prey as Garrett is, and I've never played Prey before. I did not know what this game was. Is not at all what I expected. I did not know it was like a RPG. Did not know it was a horror game because this game scared me more in the 4 hours than the Medium did in the entire 8.5 that I played that game.
Because Kevin, it's a good point. I wanted to try Prey. I haven't played it before. I don't do horror games, and then you sold me.
It's
like
definitely
to not play.
a good time. I like it.
Can't handle horror games.
So I don't normally do horror games unless they're like the walking simulator ones, like Until Dawn, the Medium. Those are the ones I can handle. But so I didn't know what Prey was, but everyone told me I had to play it. So I go in, and the music is creepy. You can hear the little things crawling around the space. If you're playing with headphones like I am, you just hear them far off in the distance. You're like, oh shit, there's something in that room. And to your point, Garrett, about them changing, I do see them change all the time. I thought this was an intended feature for them to for me to know how to fight them, because otherwise look.
It's not. You're supposed to walk into a room and you'll notice that you start subconsciously counting furniture. Like, all right, 2 desks, 3-4 chairs. Nope. You start counting things around the room and whatnot.
Wow.
I don't know. I have a ton of fun.
No, I don't do that.
How much would you rate it out of 10 so far, Kevin?
Oh, I'm loving it. I like the story a lot. There's like a twist right at the start, which really got me into it. I was like, oh my God, blew my mind. So the whole setup for the game is just great. So I'm really into it. I can't wait to play more. But yeah, I'm glad that they give me some warning when I go in the rooms and I see something shaking, because then I know I'll take my wrench and I can beat it to death before it gets me.
That's the spirit.
That's right. But all right, great games all around. Bethesda, we'll talk about more later. So we'll get into our news and rumor roundup, and there aren't any rumors this week. We got a lot of news stories to talk about though. So story number 1, Halo Infinite details dropped basically after we recorded our podcast last week. It came directly from 343 in a recent developer update video. They confirmed the following details regarding gameplay And I wanted to just give you guys a rundown, see if there's any interesting talking points, what you guys think about how Halo Infinite's shaping up. So they confirmed a day-night cycle and weather systems, although there won't be rain or snow at launch. They said this will help the Halo ring feel alive, and the day-night cycle will actually determine what enemies you run into. For example, grunts sleep at night. There's no hostile wildlife. They're just for aesthetic purposes. Dual wielding is not in the game and not planned to be in the game. There's a tear running down my cheek as the hope of dual needlers ever coming back. There are no playable elites in single player or multiplayer. You can upgrade equipment items, and there are cool. No, you cannot upgrade equipment items. Sorry, but there are cool weapon variants to unlock. They originally did toy with the idea of upgrading weapons, but it threw off the balance of Halo. It wasn't for Halo. You can only hold one piece of equipment in multiplayer. You use it, you lose it, like Halo 3. The game is not open world. They stress this a lot. It's inspired by the Silent Cartographer mission from Halo 1. They explained that basically, the paraphrasing was, imagine if you kept your Scorpion tank at the end of one mission and can bring it into the other one. There's going to be multiple biomes with Pacific Northwest as the primary biome. They said there is a linear story thread, but there's other things to do. You have multiple places you can go outside the story, allowing you to stray from the main path, but you can't skip story sections. So you can tackle the side objectives in different ways, but you cannot skip ahead to a different story mission. You have to do those in order. And one thing and the next one is one I really like. Cutscenes are affected by the day and night cycle because they're done live in engine. This allows for a smooth transition between gameplay and cutscenes. It's not going to go to the black screen anymore like Halos of the past. Think what God of War and Uncharted do, how they just seamlessly transition into cutscenes. So I just gave a bunch of information. I'm going to shut up and let you guys give me your thoughts. Feel free to jump in. Anyone, what you got?
I might as well go on my first little tear first. I agree with most of that stuff, except for 2 points. The dual wielding should have been there. It should have. Like, Halo 2, do you guys remember the little, like, brute shotties? Like, the ones that you could dual wield? Love those things. So it's sad that those will be gone. And, like, have anyone here played Halo Wars 2?
No.
Yep.
I have.
All right. Okay. Then you guys could stand on this trial 2 on this one. Elites were in there. There's no reason why they can't be in the game. It just feels like we could do without, so we're not going to put them in. Like, there were elites in the Banished. They should be a part of the game. It would add a cool little stealth element, because wasn't that mainly the faction that was running the elites in that game? That was all about, like, the stealth and whatnot. They had, like, a whole little, their own faction, right? So I just think it's a little bit of a letdown that they're not in the game.
Well, it
They're
says
a classic
playable
thing.
elites.
Yeah, they're
So I think they'll still be in the game.
Yeah. They're definitely still enemies in the game. They're just not playable in multiplayer. Like the Arbiter was in Halo 2, you know? You can't there's no elite class for like multiplayer and stuff. It's just Spartans in multiplayer.
Yeah, I think even Halo
All
5
right,
got
then
rid
I
of it,
understand
playable
that.
elites forever ago.
Dynamic weather has me excited, oddly enough, because it kind of tells me that they could be playing with the, I don't know, open world idea for online, like the online multiplayer with that dynamic weather system that will always be live, and it's gonna, and like you said, there's gonna be enemies and all of that you're gonna deal with that'll be like, well, they're sleeping at night or they're awake, and it's gonna change dynamically. So that tells me that if we're getting into the online, it could be more of a flushed out open world that you can go day-night cycles, and if there's weather impact too down the road, that's very interesting. That would change the game up a lot.
Are you a big Halo fan, Matt?
I'm a decent Halo fan because I think I have played through all of the games. I've definitely gone back with Master Chief Collection and replayed 1, 2, I think Reach and 5, unfortunately. But you know what? I've gone through, and I do love those games. A lot of fondness for 1 and 2, especially 2, mostly. So yeah, I do enjoy it. I was disappointed by the reveal when they did that originally. I'm glad they pulled back, and I'm glad that they are taking their time to try and get this thing right, because they need it. They need this at the end of the year. for Xbox to really hold on and say, look at this massive first party, like our baby. And look at it go for another probably couple of years after that.
My thing is, you were talking about it. It sounds like everything they're describing sounds like an open world game, but they went out of their way to stress it's not an open world game, and then proceeded to give an example that kind of sounds like an open world game. Like taking my Scorpion tank from one mission to the other sounds a lot like an open world game.
It would be more of a, I guess, akin to
Semi-open world.
Yeah, I think of like Spider-Man. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
open world where it's seamless on current gen on PS5, where I can just I can do anything in there, and there really are no breaks. You got cutscenes, but you seamlessly transition to the next, and then you were left with an open sandbox of missions, weather dynamics, and things like that you kind of tweak. So kind of like that, where I'm like, okay, is it more of just a sandbox to be able to play in? I don't know.
I think so. I mean, the team working is called like what they called it, the sandbox team at one point. So certainly sounds that way. I want to go to Aman because I know he doesn't like Halo. Did this sell you on the game?
It sounds interesting. I think the cutscenes running in engine, so like the day and night cycle is gonna get affected. Sounds interesting. So like I'm definitely gonna try Halo Infinite out. The main reason I didn't go back to play the original Halos is because they feel so outdated to me.
It's just because he can't run.
Yeah.
I played with him.
You don't need to run. You need to
You
soak in
don't
the
have to
atmosphere.
run and wall run in every game. Come on.
Well, they added wall running to Crash
That's my
Bandicoot.
job. That's my generation stuff.
I was playing Crash Bandicoot last night, Crash 4, and you could wall run in that. I was like, why is this a thing that Crash can do?
No, like not wall run as such, but then the game was just so slow.
Can do your slide, huh?
Like-
You can slide them up and
Yeah,
like
you gotta slide down hills.
No, see,
slide and
my-
shoot.
I like games like
Tactical
Doom.
drop.
I
Drop
like shooters
shots?
like Doom. Like Doom. Doom is a great shooter. That's the type of shooting games I like. I don't even like Call of Duty that much.
Doom-
So like
Doom
Doom, Wolfenstein, these are the type of shooters I like or
I
enjoy.
think that's fair.
I can say, you can say.
Halo a little slower paced.
That's fine. Doom's good.
One thing I wanted to say about this is like the day and night cycle and the seamless cutscenes.
Mhm.
I wonder how that's going to affect the overall like story. You know how like specific camera angles, how would they handle that if it's like too dark? You know, it might actually be like it might just get a little weird, depending if it's like a nighttime scene that's really they really mean for that one to be in the daytime, depending on the camera angles. So I kind of just want to see. I love the fact that it's definitely just emerged like seamless between the cutscenes. That's how it should be. Every game should be like that. Like, it's not really something that we've seen with that. Like even God of War, it was pretty much a set time.
Yeah, God of War really had they had scripted cutscenes, so I don't know if Halo is just going to adopt that, but I don't know. Like you bring up an interesting point. How like if they imagine it's like an emotional scene with like Master Chief or Cortana or something, and you really want like the sun shining in the background, but it's like pitch black and like raining or something.
If they do that, do you
Exactly.
think that they, like to Tom's point, like do you think they quality goes down at all? Because if they're rendering with dynamic, I imagine it's going to look beautiful when they redo it, but
Mhm.
I would worry that if they have dynamic, like you're saying, it's like, well, if they did a true cinematic form in a traditional cutscene and they put all of this extra effort into the graphics and the sun and the little, like all the little bits and pieces and the HDR, but if it's now flipped on it and it's nighttime, is it really going to look that crisp, or is it going to take away? And to your point, is it going to take away from the moment if it's like super sunny and you were just playing in the dark, or vice versa?
Yeah, I wonder if they have like scripted camera angles to cut to during, so like no matter what, it always has like a certain lighting, or like even at night the scene would work. Like I wonder if they had thought of something like that. I imagine that. I mean, what Joe Staten says, he's played through it twice, so I think if he noticed some cutscenes all messed up, then he would have said something. Anyone have any closing thoughts on Halo before we move on?
I haven't followed the press release for that one.
Go for it.
Are they talking more that Halo is going to have the traditional campaign that we are used to, followed by kind of this, I guess, sandbox that we're looking at? Or do you guys think that it's going to be all the cutscenes and everything are going to create like just this, not, I guess, generic story of Halo, and then the greater game is going to be the online and then just the openness of it? Like, do you guys think that we're going to get a traditional 5-hour, 8-hour, 10-hour campaign?
No. I think there's going to be main campaign spots along the place.
Yeah.
Sort of like, if you will, Far Cry, right? Like, you got little outposts and things to do, things to kill and whatnot.
This guy,
But then you'll go to, like, a
Yep.
select story mission, right? That's sort of what I was thinking.
That's what I think too, and I wonder if that is going to take away from the game at all, or maybe they're going to kind of reinvent the wheel here.
I think they're
Well,
definitely
they
trying
did the first time.
Yeah, I think they're trying something new because they feel Halo's gotten stale and they see all these other IPs like God of War reinventing itself. Like they said, there is a linear story path. So if you literally just want to hop in and play through the story missions, you can do that. You don't have to do anything else. I don't think it'll be like, select a mission like it is in like the Halo 2 and Halo Master, like hop in and then you're just closed in that area. From the sounds of it, it is, I kind of think of like Destiny, where you have like a world map and you have like all these little objectives you can do, kind of. But then you have like the story mission, and I use that word loosely, but I know they said like the side missions are like doing things, going to save some Marines or going and reclaiming an outpost. So they are little things like that instead of.
This sounds similar to. They're not really this. Like, you have those militia outposts, and then you can also save those firemen, but then you can just play the story if you want to. You don't have to do all of those.
Yeah, it could be something similar, right? Like you're saying, it's outposts.
That's the type of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting from it. No.
What I wonder with this all, honestly, is how are they going to handle the side missions in terms of like rewards? Because, I mean, what can you I'm not going to do a side mission in this like new Halo game if there's, what am I going to get out of this,
Now recording.
Like what?
Well, like, I don't know, just spitballing here, but probably better guns.
Yeah, but you run out of
New
ammo,
gun
and then that
skin.
gun, you're gonna drop that gun.
I don't know if Halo had this before, but like a skill tree system, like you get new skills.
No, it's not Halo. They're not going to do that.
You could get. They're trying to reinvent themselves.
Yeah,
Could possibly take that route? Like, you can dash into enemies, or you unlock the grapple hook.
Yeah,
or
but
whatnot.
I think that'll be a bit much of a jump, right? Like, I think it would be like he just gets off the ship with that guy in the trailer, right? Like, I think it'll be more like rearming yourself, more equipment as you're going along. Like, I don't think he's going to get his grapple right away, right? I think that's going to be
Build them up to a leveling system where you can say that, if once you get past 20 hours, you've finally unlocked all of the stuff.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, Amon. You want like a classic skill tree where you want like you get a point for doing something. Yeah, I don't think anything like that is going to be in the game. The side missions, what I think, definitely skins for guns or like customization stuff. For maybe multiplayer, even like they could unlock in there, but it could be like
for campaign, like camos and
customization. But
technically, right? But it could be something like a thermal scope for a rocket launcher. I think that would be sweet.
Yeah.
Go do like a little side mission with a demo team ship that went down. Go rescue them. They give you the thermal scope, and then that'll add a dimension to what you do, right? Like, it doesn't technically have to be you've got to this point, allocate your point, right? So
I was thinking,
I think it'd be more organic.
I like the sound. I forget who said it, of like building your arsenal, like doing the side missions unlocks like a certain weapon, and then you can go to like your main outpost, and you can just choose your loadout for like when you're going out to the next area.
See, that would be
that
cool.
would be great.
If we have like a
Yeah.
main hub to go back to every time, we can pick up a different weapon that we know we unlocked. That'd be sweet. I'd like that.
Sorry, thinking what's more. Yeah, I agree with that. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they'll provide more clarification before launch. I imagine they'll show us some gameplay like in the summer at their big Xbox event that they're planning.
Yeah.
So we'll get off Halo and we'll transition to story 2, 4. 2 and 4, which I had originally, but we're gonna combine them because they're all Xbox Game Pass related. So we're gonna start with the big one. Story number 2 is Outriders is officially coming to Xbox Game Pass. The official Xbox Game Pass Twitter teased this last week by leaking one of their emails from a made-up person entitled "Mysterious Signal," and then it read at the end, they teased again, has anyone else noticed a mysterious signal appearing in the distance, or am I the anomaly in this situation? And as anyone that played the demo from Outriders knew, those were key phrases. And this was confirmed on Monday with a post from Xbox Wire that Outriders will be launching on Game Pass on April 1st. So first off, what's everyone's reaction to this? Your excitement levels for Outriders?
Saves me some money.
Exactly. Like
saves me like $90. I'm happy.
Already wasn't gonna buy it. Thrilled that it's coming to Game Pass, and I did not expect this was gonna happen at all. This came out of nowhere.
Yeah, right. Like, but does that put Square Enix on the purchasing thing? Because I looked up the size of their company, and like after the whole Avengers mishap, they took a bit of a dive. Do you guys think that puts it onto the requisition table?
Absolutely
as
not.
a signal.
Absolutely not.
I could hope and pray. Just
Sony.
Final Fantasy.
If anyone were to acquire Square Enix, it would be Sony. But weren't there rumors going around like a few months ago? Ubisoft were trying to acquire Square Enix.
I didn't see that. I see rumors right now. Sony's trying to acquire them to match the Bethesda deal.
But see, I don't think Sony should go for Square Enix. Because half of Square Enix stuff is already exclusive to PlayStation. I think they should go for From Software. If I was Sony, I would go for From Software.
You're gonna get 2 IPs out of that.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but then like there's Elden Ring, there's Sekiro if they decide to make sequels of it. You're literally buying a whole genre for your console.
I think the Outriders deal is, like you guys are saying, it's surprising. Because you just finished Bethesda, and then you're like 2 days later, you're like, yeah, just throw this in there too, on top. And I think it's interesting how we were all in the same boat of, oh great, I don't have to spend $90 on this. Or like Tom was like me, I was like, great, I wasn't going to buy it. Now I will play it. Now I will give it a shot. To me, I said that I covered the Outriders thing the other day too, and I was like, what I said was, yeah, I wasn't going to pick that up. And that would have been a game that I'd wait for Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, $15, $20, or unless it was like really, really excellent. It came out of the gate and everyone is raving about it as the next big thing, and be like, great, now I'm gonna try it out. But it definitely wasn't gonna be a buy. And I still have reservations on it because I'm like, from everything we've seen, it looks very hollow, that there's not much going on, at least from what they have demoed. It looks like it's okay, go from here, start here, now go to this camp, shoot all these guys, XP, now go to the next thing and move. And I hope it's way more than that, because it'll drop off quick. But it's just surprising that Xbox is still coming out and saying, yeah, we'll take this too.
I think I was probably one of the only people that were really high on the game. Me and my friends had a blast playing the demo, and it gives me, like I've said, this Mass Effect meets Borderlands vibes. Like the combat, I love dual wielded pistols, blasting through people, using the abilities. So I was gonna buy it, but my reaction also was, "Thanks for saving me $60, Xbox.
Exactly.
You're really coming in clutch with these Game Pass deals."
Yeah, I mean, it just shows like not having Game Pass, you're really missing out. Like, you're gonna save a lot of money, if you don't have if you have Game Pass, and if you don't have Game Pass, you're gonna be spending like what, $500 on games a year.
Wow. Depends on where you live.
I mean, and just think how
like-
how bad this month was when it started. It was like a sports month, and I was like, oh, this is a crappy month
Yeah,
for
it
Game
was
Pass.
like
And then we got
sports
like,
month, and then
now we got Bethesda,
suddenly
then we
we
got this, and I was okay, never mind. I
Yeah.
take it all back.
Aman brought up an interesting point where, imagine how much money you save. One of the questions I had regarding this deal for you guys was, the game is cross-platform, so you can play with anyone on any console, PC.
Brilliant.
Does this deal entice people to, ditch the console they were going to buy it on and move over to Game Pass?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like I think
I don't
if
think Outriders is that big of a game to, make you change the decision of what console to buy.
no,
Well, not the console to buy, like the console you're going to buy it on.
Okay, for people who have multiple consoles.
I say
That's
so.
what you mean.
I'd say so.
Like, you would be like, why would you stick to PlayStation if you also have an Xbox in there that you can just play the same game on Game Pass? I don't see the rationale in that at all.
And you're doing, like, for trying to think of like more casual players. Maybe you do have two consoles. Maybe you have your PS4 and you have an older gen Xbox, and you've had Game Pass and maybe you like let it lapse because you're like, I'm not really interested. Maybe this game gets you enticed and you go back, but that means that you're probably gonna have Game Pass for a few months or 6 months. And I think that's very much Xbox plan and hope with all of it, is that you get in, you dip your toe, and you're like, yeah, $20. The value is too crazy when there's maybe 1 game, 2 games on there that I want to play. Yeah, sure. And every month there's at least something. Like the catalog right now, like Amon's saying, it's massive. Like there's no reason why you wouldn't want to play it on Game Pass.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be more like new games, so probably some bigger titles coming to Game Pass day one this year. And I think one of them is going to be Dying Light. I have a feeling Dying Light 2 is one of them.
It'd be a good way to entice people, make up for the lack of exclusives, big first-party IPs that they don't seem to have. If they can get the third-party IPs on Game Pass, it'd be a good way to make up for it.
See, what I wonder with Outriders though is, was this always going to be the thing? Like, was this always going to be on Game Pass, or did they have to release a demo first? See, the reception wasn't like super high. They're like, oh well, our sales expectations maybe is not as good now. Game Pass seems suitable for this. You guys, what do you guys think about
the same thing, Tom, was maybe they came out late and were like, yeah, we feel good about the game. We think it's going to do fine, but maybe not the numbers that we projected or wanted, and the reception is like, yeah, it's okay. And if there's worry and concern, it might be a little bit easier to knock on Xbox door and go, hey, exclusive Game Pass, day and date. I'm sure you can play it on all platforms, but we get that little deal that might give them a little bit more revenue right out of the gate, so they know that like we have this covered, and then they can maybe work on updating and making fixes and all of that. Because I would worry with a game like that if Xbox didn't get involved with Game Pass, does a game like that just get people's attention for 2 weeks and then boom, see ya? Because we have Ratchet and Clank in a month or two, and there's just other stuff to play. Like even on Xbox, there's Bethesda games. There's so much to play. Yeah. I would worry that a game like that gets a small hardcore audience and everyone kind of plays it and moves away. But now it might be different.
Yeah, I mean, especially it's not a games as a service, so what it comes out, that's all you got. We're gonna beat it, and Game Pass is gonna just cheapen that a lot.
Which is fine with me. I'm good with that. I'm good with beating it and moving on. Like I don't need to be stuck in the world.
I don't want to grind.
Exactly.
I don't have enough time to grind.
I don't want to grind. I can't do these games as a service. I can't do the Destinies, the Divisions, the Marvel's Avengers.
I tried Destiny for like a week and I quit. Garrett was with me. He was getting me to Destiny. I quit after a week. It was too much.
Man,
yeah, I've been trying a lot with him on lately.
Say that's the second story I've heard of you two playing together and you just being like, I don't like the game that Garrett's playing. I kind of feel like
we
you're
played
like,
Sea of Thieves together, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed Sea of
Yeah,
Thieves, but then
but I think you liked harassing me more than you liked actual Sea of Thieves. Like, Garrett, what does this do? Drops the anchor. Like, that's what it does, Amon. Now pick it the fuck up. No.
yeah, he's over there looking at all these boomers, even though we're not boomers.
Sometimes beside him, I feel like one. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Yeah. So, I wanted to keep talking about Game Pass and Square Enix for a minute because we've heard that Sega really likes Game Pass. You know, they're throwing a bunch of games on there. Square Enix has silently put a lot of games on Game Pass. You know, they got the whole Final Fantasy catalog, except like the 7 remake and 14. But they're also putting, for the first time ever on a console that isn't the Switch, Octopath Traveler was announced coming this month. I think it came out today. Did it come out today on console, or is it next week? It's next week, 25th. Check my notes.
Is that like the 2D JRPG with like a 3D realm at the same time? I think I've seen it.
Yeah. Yes, it was a big Switch title.
Okay. I'll definitely try that.
Yeah. It has like 8 different story paths, I think. You like depending on who you
wow,
pick.
8 different.
Yeah, well, I think that's why it's called Octopath.
Oh yeah, makes sense now. Makes sense now.
The dad joke.
Yeah,
Let's play 3 gigs. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, sweet. Download to my no storage on my hard drive.
Yeah, check that one out. I mean, in terms of
I think it's about time I delete Cyberpunk.
I agree. You probably shouldn't have downloaded it in the first place.
People still play Cyberpunk? Huh.
It was his game of the year.
No, I just had it on there because I keep waiting for the next gen patch, but then it's never coming. So I'm just going to delete it now.
Be here in 2023.
Oh, Amon, no. It's gonna be years, brother.
Yeah, man. As much as I love the game, it's gonna take a while.
In 2023, when it comes out, maybe I'll give it a shot. And if it comes to Game Pass, but games that are coming to Game Pass, we're gonna keep talking about Game Pass. Undertale available now for cloud console PC. Empire of Sin available now for cloud console PC. Nier Automata available now for PC. It's already on Xbox. Star Wars Squadron available now for console, and because EA Play was just added to PC Game Pass, it's also now on PC. Torchlight 3 now available for PC. That's on console as well. Genesis Noir for console and PC on March 25th. Octopath Traveler console PC March 25th. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire Ultimate Edition for PC March 25th. Supperland PC March 25th. Yakuza 6 completing the entire Yakuza Kiryu collection for cloud console PC March 25th. Near the Boy for cloud console PC March 30th. And mentioned Outriders on April 1st. So Xbox Game Pass really what have they given us, like 30 something games this month?
So many games.
A lot, yeah. We got like 7 sports titles. Then we have these like this 9 new games that were announced, and then like 20 Bethesda games. Crazy.
Undertale is definitely like a good one, by the way. Like, funny game, fun JRPG, or not JRPG, but it's like I feel like it plays like an old JRPG. There you go. That's what I should say.
So I have an issue. Yeah, you've never heard of Undertale?
No.
You ever seen like a little skull guy?
Kevin.
I sometimes can't with him, man. I sometimes can't feel like Sans from Undertale. He's like a meme. He's been everywhere on the internet for like 20 or for 3 years now at least. He got put in a Smash because he's a meme.
Wow.
No? Ringing no bells. Oh. No bells. All right. Well, go.
Oh, okay, Sans. Yes, I just looked him up. Yes, I know this meme. Yeah.
I know this one. It's very funny.
It's a video game.
Yes, the video game. Oh my lord. Okay. Well, lots to play. We're gonna, in addition to that, we got the 20 Bethesda titles. So we're gonna talk about some Bethesda stuff now. Story number 3 was 5 of those Bethesda titles got the FPS boost treatment this Monday for Series X and S. They updated Dishonored Definitive Edition, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and Prey. They all went from 30 to 60. Note that the Fallout games actually had a reduction in resolution, which some people are saying is a bug, but they said it in their blog post. So I don't understand how their people are claiming it's a bug. And they've also added the option to enable HDR and quick and FPS boost in a little managed your games section for compatibility. They've also added, which is rolling out, it's not to everyone yet, a suspend feature, which will let you put your game into quick resume and improve download speed time. So I've been playing Prey.
That's a big one when you have to re-download COD or Warzone again and again when it's downloaded in the background. It's good. I really like those little quality of life pieces. They're not so little, but like I haven't had a chance to get in. I want to get into Dishonored. It's a game. Both games. They're games that I missed, and now they're on Gamepass. Great. Then I heard that they're getting the boost update as well. So now I'm kind of like priming myself, being like, okay, next week I just want to play Dishonored 1 and see what I'm getting into. And everything I'm hearing is it's just wow. It looks like it plays like a new game.
Definitely. I mean, that's how I feel about Prey. Like I've watched Digital Foundry's comparison to what Prey was before the FPS boost, and even just playing on a Series X. Load times for Prey were a minute and 15 seconds before, and now it's 13. So it basically is a whole new game. If you haven't played Prey, obviously you said you're a little scared, so I'm not gonna force that one too much. But everyone else, check it out. Garrett and I are loving that.
Oh yeah, great game. And I'd also add with the Dishonored, if you watch the videos
Dishonored,
online,
yes, that's one I started playing.
It has some of the steepest learning curves I've ever seen in a game. You will not look that good playing it your first playthrough.
Oh,
like,
sorry. Bum me out.
Don't talk them out of it.
Like, it's practice because like I played through 1 and 2, and like you just don't look that good. Then you play the videos online, you're like, man, I suck. Right? Like, they're just so smooth.
Here, I'm gonna throw something out here. Did you ever consider that maybe you just sucked at it?
Hey.
Well, because like I give it to some other people. Like my buddies come over to the couch, like, "Oh, you got Dishonored," and just like it doesn't. You can't.
Wait, what difficulty do you play on?
I
usually try to play on like back one from hardest.
Oh,
okay.
Jeez.
That's usually what I play through.
Obviously,
because like I'm not a guy who wants to like play through a story 5-6 times. Like Halo really got me on the whole try it first on Legendary.
Yeah,
I
just because you just want the achievements right off the rip. I'm not going.
Normal is as high as I go. Normal is as high as I go.
I play like Last of Us on whatever their highest difficulty is. That took months.
There's like this permadeath. There's like permadeath. So like if you die once, you have to start the whole thing again. That's crazy.
Can't do that. You start at hard or harder mode. Good lord.
Yeah, you guys
I started normal, then go down to easy.
See, I never do normal.
There we go. I'm on.
It's too.
I get 12 minutes in. I go down to rookie. Hello, rookie.
I died twice. I go down the difficulty.
No.
I feel a lot of judgment in the room right now.
Right. But you like Bloodborne, by the way. So that makes no sense.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, Souls games are different. Like, I don't really care about the story in Souls game. I just want to play them.
You just want to be punished. You just want to be punished.
Yeah, I died. Okay, let's try again. It's not like I don't want to progress to the next level. I just want to have fun killing the demons.
No, this sucks.
One quick thing I wanted to jump on about this update. I'm glad that Skyrim and Fallout got the update. Even though there was mods in place to already unlock the 60 FPS, but you weren't able to get achievements. So I plan on going through Skyrim again and getting every single achievement. I've done that on the PS3 way back then. I booted up my Fallout 4, which I also played on Xbox. And I tried the 60 FPS mod back then. I was like, all right, let me go play through this now. I have all the DLCs purchased. And let me get all the rest of the achievements that I missed. It turns out that I saved the game over, and I overrid it. And the one that's set on there is only for the mod. So now my achievements are broken. And I'm not playing Fallout 4 again. Ever. It's over. It's a pipe dream now. I wanted the achievements, but I'm not going to put another 60 hours of work from where I already progressed to.
Here's
So wait, you have to start all over again.
If I want my achievements, yes.
Wow.
Here's what you
That's
do.
crazy.
You can save yourself some time by when it asks you for difficulty, you put it down to baby mode, okay? And you blow through it. You know? I don't understand. You guys are coming in here second hardest. Get out of here. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
normal.
Start at normal, go to easy.
Normal's where I hang out if I know it's a hard game, like Doom Eternal. I knew that was gonna be a hard game. I put down
Too
the
young to
easiest,
die.
I put down
Too
the
young to
easiest
die.
difficulty, and I still died all the time.
Thank you, Kevin. I did the same thing with Doom. I was like, no, not just go. What's my easiest one? I'm going to still die.
I
many times.
value my time too much to spend it
I
dying.
don't. I still baby mode it.
Exactly.
This
You're
is
so
why
weirdo, man. How do you
why
play
I-
out second to hardest? Jeez.
So
Especially a
Halo's
game
an
like
exception.
Doom.
Halo is an exception. I'll start at heroic. If heroic's fine, I can go to legendary. That's because
Yeah,
that's
but
what
then
I grew
Halo's
up
so
on.
slow. Like, if you die, you have to start the whole mission all over again.
Get out of
It's
here.
just so slow. I can't.
That's Halo 2. If you do Halo 2 on Legendary, you literally start all over. It's so stupid.
I've done Halo 2 all the way through on legendary.
It's the hardest thing to do. If you're playing by yourself, especially, you can't cheese it. If you
I
do a co-op, you
never
can cheese
play
it.
by myself. I only do co-op. So this is we're gonna take a little.
Me and Garrett did co-op, and we kept dying. What difficulty were we on?
Now you know.
So we didn't
Second
get
to
to the first
hardest
mission.
difficulty. It's what I do.
Obviously, no, because we didn't get to the first mission, and we played for like 1.5 hours. Like, we didn't get to the first mission.
Well, yeah, because like you're just like, what's this? What's this, Garrett? Why can't I run? Oh, we can run now.
He hates
And
hates.
then, like,
So Amon,
I'm really impatient.
Come on,
I'm really
put-
impatient. So,
put
like,
Halo
it's
on
hard
baby
to-
ass baby mode and just enjoy it for the story. Just blow through, pistol whip the grunts, enjoy the story. That's how Halo's meant to be played, all right? And then you do legendary when you realize I love the story. I want to get more into this game. You don't start at
Alright,
legendary.
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a
He
try.
started at heroic. I wasn't being that mean to him.
His
But I
Gen
like-
Z hands can't handle the slowness. Like they always need to be moving. They don't have the attention spans, okay? That's why Fortnite's so popular. They gotta get in, they gotta die, they gotta restart.
Yeah, but I hate Fortnite. I hate Fortnite so much.
So-
You're a youth. You gotta love the skins and
man.
the seasons.
No,
I'll
I just-
admit, I liked Fortnite till Builder Pro came out. Then that took all the interest out of it for me.
I only play Fortnite like once in a while because all of my friends play it.
Oh, now
Like,
the truth's coming
yeah.
out. I don't like it.
I don't
You know,
even have
play
it downloaded on my
sometimes.
Series
the
X.
group.
I don't even have it on my Series X. I play on my PS4 whenever I play.
I don't know. I think you like Fortnite, man.
It sounds like you like Fortnite.
Yeah, when it showed up in the Avengers movie, you were freaking out, fanboy. It's Fortnite. I played that.
Okay.
That's the guy from Fortnite.
Jonesy. I want Jonesy.
Oh wait, actually, funny thing. Did you see the new Xbox Falcon and Winter Soldier commercial?
Yeah.
I did see
Yeah.
that.
The new Master 69 was this guy working at the Xbox store. That was funny.
Falcon Winter Soldier tomorrow. So excited.
Yeah.
Oh
Have you
yes.
guys watched Snyder Cut yet?
No, it came out today, didn't it?
I watched it this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it after
Oh
work.
man, I don't have 4 hours to watch it.
Neither did
I
I.
want to split it over.
You suck it up.
I want to split it
Make
over
it
2 days. I want to split it up over 2 days, but I think that's
No.
gonna like take away from the.
No, that'll take it away. No. You can take a rest, a 3-minute rest at some point, maybe the 2-hour mark. And you just keep going. Just get your coffee.
I heard like the whole 240 minutes is boring, and the last 5 minutes are good.
No.
Just no. You're wrong. Sorry, bro.
No. Oh,
I haven't
it's all
watched.
right.
I haven't watched your non-spoiler review yet, Matt. So I got uploaded.
It's very non-spoilery.
Did you
It's
like it?
Like there's a guy in a cape. No, it's so, yeah.
It's good. You need to watch it. That's it.
Yeah, it was 4-second video, and I just said it's good. You should watch it.
It's good.
It's better than the original, and it does a lot of great work with character development. That was my biggest thing, was that you actually flush out these characters. Coincidentally, have 4 hours to do it, so they really nailed that, in my opinion. But it's not everyone has 4 hours, so.
Yeah, no. How much? Like, if the first movie was a 3 out of 10, how much would you give this?
I was giving it. I said on the video, I was like, "Oh, this is." If I gave the original like 4 or 5, this was an 8. It is.
Oh, 8. Okay.
It is crazy, like how much better the movie is all around, and it totally could have worked as a two films, if they wanted to release it in theaters originally, like they had planned. So it goes quick. It doesn't have these giant, like you would think for 4 hours, like, okay, there's got to be a 45-minute lull of Lois Lane in there somewhere. There isn't. It moves. So you're kind of looking at it. There are points where you do looking like, all right, we must be getting to the whole like big third act of this thing, and you look and you're like, wow, I have so much of this thing to watch.
Is the
Long time.
Flash?
Well, yeah, GameSpot actually gave the movie a 3 out of 10.
I saw
I
that.
don't know
Yeah,
why.
they didn't
Yeah,
like
I
it.
don't know why GameSpot are reviewing movies.
That was kind of random. That's very far.
Since when did they start reviewing movies? And then they gave it like a 3 out of 10. IMDb gave it a 10 out of 10 yesterday. I remember.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen
great.
some good scores. I know Ryan
Yeah.
McCaffrey gave it an 8 out of 10 or something. So you're about in line with him. I mean, the original one is one of the only movies I regret paying money to see in theaters. Like, I actively want my money back.
That's
like,
a bad.
it's so bad. I went to LA.
I wouldn't.
My first
You
time
went
in
to
LA.
LA to watch the movie.
No, I went to LA. My first time in LA, visiting. I was visiting a friend who lived out there, and we were like, "You want to go see Justice League?" Like, we're not super excited for it because but I was like, "Yeah, I love Justice League. Let's go!" Like, it's gotta be good. And I walked out there. I was like, "That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life."
Was it? Do you think it was worse than Suicide Squad? I thought Suicide Squad was worse.
Suicide Squad was worst, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Suicide Squad is way worse. Like,
I remember I watched most of Suicide Squad on a plane, and I could barely hear it, and I was still like, I can't make out half the dialogue right now, but this ain't good. This doesn't make any
It
sense.
was not good.
It was not good.
The Flash is my
Apparently,
favorite.
the Iron Cut's coming next.
They did a very good job with Barry. Like, they did a really good job with Flash overall. So if you like the Flash, you're going to be satisfied.
Oh yes,
Great.
that's good.
Mhm.
I'll have to give it
But
a
how
go.
about Batman? Did they do Batman justice?
Better than, in my opinion, better than the original adaptation. Yes, but
Right.
nothing better than Michael Keaton ever.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
Hey, Ben Affleck is I actually really like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Ben
He's
Affleck is the greatest Batman ever.
so jacked in these movies. I
Come
watched
on.
Batman v Super
Yeah, he's better
last
than Christian
night.
Bale. He's
He's
better
huge.
Than Christian Bale.
Come on.
He's
No.
miles better than Christian Bale.
No,
He is
no,
miles
no.
better than Christian Bale.
How is Ben Affleck the best Batman? All right, this is
He's
what
the
we
most
get every
comic
week from
accurate
him.
Batman.
It was a
He
hot
is-
take from him.
He is the most comic accurate Batman. I will fight you.
He's not even the top. I would struggle to put him in top 3.
We got Clooney.
Oh, his
Come on.
arc, Batman vs Superman was such
Exactly,
a good movie.
Clooney,
His
and
arc
he
in that
had
was
bat
so good.
nips. That automatically makes him a better Batman than Ben Affleck.
Did you just say Batman versus Superman was a good movie?
I think it's
Yeah,
a good movie. I'm with him on.
yeah, it's a good movie.
I
It's a
watched
good
it last
movie.
night. This is good. This is good.
I hate that movie. It made.
I liked it too.
No, did you watch it? Did you watch like the Ultimate Edition where they had like extra
No,
scenes?
I haven't watched
Or
the
in it?
Ultimate
No?
Edition.
It's better.
Yeah, watch that. Watch that. That's much better.
Well, so the problem is DC needs to stop making the they need to make the theatrical.
Just make one
version.
good version. That's all you need.
That's my problem.
But no, Ben Affleck's Batman is great. He's better than Christian Bale. Christian Bale's Batman was mediocre.
No. Disagree.
So Game Pass.
George Clooney's Batman was better.
Yeah, Game Pass. Game Pass.
Don't worry, guys. We'll link his Twitter so you guys can flame him on there.
Yeah. All right. Back to Game Pass. Whatever we were talking about.
Game Pass.
We're an Xbox podcast, I think. Where are we? Where are my news? Oh,
Night is supposed to get the HDR update. That I'm excited for.
HDR update, yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can tie in Batman to Xbox. When's that update coming?
Oh,
I actually
yeah,
tweeted Xbox this morning. And I was like, "Hey, where's my Arkham Knight update?" And
they leaked it in a screenshot.
Yeah.
Like, where is
How's
it?
you guys hyped for Gotham Knights out of 10?
Oh,
I'm
through the
9
roof,
out of 10
10.
right now.
10.
9 out of 10.
7.
No, you're not excited. You're not excited.
I am.
Wait,
It's
do you
been-
guys
it's
think
too
Batman's gonna
long.
be
There's
in
no
it?
info. There's
Do you guys
nothing.
think Batman's gonna be in Gotham Knights?
That's,
Yes,
no.
he is.
You don't
He's
think so?
definitely is. Because if
Or
you have
Bruce
read
Wayne.
the comics,
Or old
if
Bruce
you-
Wayne.
if you have read the Court of Owls comics, he is going to be in it. Because
I think-
basically what happens is they
I
all
don't
think he's
he'll
dead,
play.
but he was captured by the Court of Owls. That's exactly what's going to
Well,
happen.
yeah, but I don't think he's playable, and that's fine. I just want
maybe like a DLC or something, but he's going to be in the game. Otherwise, the game's not going to do well. Trust me. Like, I know people who won't buy the game because Batman's not in it.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's that baby mode talk.
that's weak talk. That's weak gamer talk. I don't need Batman. I would rather Nightwing is cooler than Batman. That's my hot take.
Yeah, Nightwing is cooler. Nightwing is cooler than Batman, but Batman's just, I don't know. Batman's Batman.
Batman's a sad boy. I'll
Red
put it
Hood is
like
cool.
that.
You know who's cool? Red Hood is cool. Red Hood is amazing.
He's all right. Jason Todd's the worst Robin, but
Yeah, definitely. Tim Drake's the best Robin, clearly, but
no.
yeah. Tim Drake, like he's the closest to. He has the best detective skills out of all the Robins. Tim Drake or Stephanie Brown.
No,
They're the best.
I missed it. Is Zaman still? I'm sorry. I had the children. Zaman, are you still talking trash about about Robin now?
Yes, he's saying Tim Drake's the best Robin.
He just said Stephanie Brown was the second best Robin.
Yeah.
Youth, you're
I
youngin,
can't-
you're
I can't
Fortnite in your baby mode. Can't handle this.
You scared off so much he left. We're gonna go off Batman. We're gonna do our last story. Wrap this up. We got a few minutes. This was announced today. It's just a quick little thing. Story number 5 is Idea Xbox Showcase was announced for next Friday. Xbox Wire, Glenn Gregory, the senior marketing manager for Idea Xbox, announced that next Friday at noon Eastern time or 9 a.m. Pacific for you West Coast people, you can join them on Twitch to see, quote, brand new game announcements from developers and publishers such as Drinkbox, Curve Digital, Devolver Digital, Dear Villagers, and others. During the showcase, will debut new trailers and gameplay for more than 25 games, including Stalker 2, Second Extinction, The Ascent, The Wild at Heart, Void Train, XO1, and more. We'll also be making announcements about independent titles coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass. You guys excited for this?
Yes.
I'm excited for
I want
Void
more
Train.
indie games. I want quick games. Like I can finish in 2 sittings.
I really want to
I
see
don't
more
have
Second
time
Extinction.
anymore.
That game looks so
University's
interesting.
stressful. Yeah.
Well, I know Mon's interested in The Ascent. You said Second Extinction.
Yes.
That's a dinosaur game, right?
Yeah,
Also 12 minutes. 12 minutes looks really good. Also Tunic. I'm excited for Tunic.
12 minutes. That's the one he keeps repeating the
Looks
same
pretty
life,
good.
right? And seeing what happened.
Yeah, he's stuck in a room.
Yeah.
He's
That one
stuck
does
in a
look
room. He has
interesting.
12.
Yeah. I hope these games are short though, because I don't want to spend like 90 hours in them.
Well, they're indie
90
games, so they're
hours in
probably
the same room. That would be brutal.
I hope 10 hours max, because like I want to finish these games in two or three sittings max.
12 minutes. That was the one I was thinking about too. I was like, there's something
Yeah.
in that list you went through. I'm just looking at the trailers now. I'm like, oh, that is the
12
one.
minutes is the game that
I'm
we
not
saw
really hyped for
like 5
Second
years ago on Kinda
Extinction.
Funny.
I don't really get
Isn't it more like a Left 4
the
Dead
hype
with
for
dinosaurs,
Second
pretty much?
Extinction.
I mean, what's
Yeah,
that
it's
like?
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean-
That game just doesn't.
I mean,
I don't
I
wanna
get,
see-
I get the Left 4 Dead isn't
Man.
like your generations, but like we grew
No,
up
I'm
with Left 4
excited
Dead.
for Back 4 Blood. I'm excited for Back 4 Blood. That game looks really good.
Then I'll take it back,
Yeah.
come
Back 4
on.
Okay, yeah. No, but second extinction, I don't know. There's the setting, the dinosaurs and stuff. Doesn't really appeal
That's
to
what's
me
funny
as
about
much.
it. I don't want to shoot dinosaurs. They're gonna make sad noises. I always hate when games make me kill things that make really sad
Yeah,
noises.
I know, right?
Yeah, but after it started like
Exactly,
roaring and like
animals.
was gonna rip your throat
More
out. I mean, come on.
animals. I felt bad for the robots. The robot animals I was killing in Horizon Zero Dawn. Give me a break.
No, you gotta shoot those motherfuckers.
You have an
gotta
oil
kill 'em
leak.
dead.
Yeah, take them
Oh no,
out.
he's dying.
Yeah.
He's leaking oil.
You gotta get him right in the neck. Come on, like, don't hold back.
So some good games there. We'll keep an eye. We'll obviously watch the showcase. We'll have a reaction. Does anyone have anything else besides the showcase that they want to say? Any games they're excited for that might be there that we haven't mentioned?
I'm just excited for a release date on Void Train. I've been waiting for that for a while.
I don't even remember what that is.
Void Train is like that. It's the interdimensional train that you like start with like a piece of plywood basically, and you just sort of grab your materials. Then like every 5 or 6 little interdimensional things, you go to like a place where you can work on your train that's taken over by interdimensional space Nazis. So I was like, yay!
Void Train.
Get
Sounds
to shoot
interesting.
Nazis.
Void
get to
Train
see
with
trippy things.
Space Nazi. Okay.
It's
Right?
coming 2022
Well,
though. Void Train's coming 2022.
Yeah.
Do I
might not
fight
get a release date.
Nazis or do I just try to build my train around the Nazis?
No, you like the Nazis take over the station, so you have to go clear
course
the
they do.
station in order to build on your train.
Or
it's like
plot
sweet.
twist, you're building trains for the Nazis.
For the Nazis, and you
Oh,
are the Nazi.
no.
Yeah.
Oh.
You've been Nazi the whole time.
You've been a Nazi the
Yeah,
whole
last word in the game is just
my
like,
God.
say it.
It was you the whole time.
And then the developer gets canceled because they just made pro-Nazi propaganda.
It's a propaganda game that nobody knew until they beat it.
Hashtag cancelled.
That's right.
All right, so we'll keep an eye out for that. So we're gonna end the show. I think we've had a lot of fun here. Lots of tangents going on. One last time, go around the room, let everyone know where you can find each other. Tom, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at ChronicleTom.
Aman, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at amanum05. That's my Xbox gamer tag and my PSN.
Garrett.
Xbox and Twitter is WayWarnG.
Matt, one more time, let everyone know.
YouTube.com/assemble show. And Twitter is twitter.com/assemble_show.
And you can find me at the Muffin Mon. That's a 1 instead of an I and an O instead of an A on Twitter gamer tag. So if you wanna play, let me know. As always, everyone, like I said, subscribe, join our Discord. Trying to build a little community over here. So feel free to come on. But we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.